a two-time Carolina's Funniest Comedian semifinalist, and he'll get too far ahead, but he still played hard. Make some noise for Chris White. Yeah. It seems a little disproportionate, but hell yeah. All right, here we go.
I don't know why y'all discriminate against short people. In case you looked at me and thought to yourself, I bet that guy enjoys a bidet, you would be 100% correct. So it's the first time I've had the chance to get out and do any comedy since the pandemic. Obviously, a lot has changed. I have turned 40, much like my friend Andy, who was just up here. And I realized something, that being a 40-year-old, we came up through a very special and unique generation. We were the first group of white people who really embraced gangster rap music. For those of you who are around that age range, you know exactly what I'm talking about. We're the kind of people who will check our stock portfolios while listening to Snoop Dogg rap about his portfolio of hoes. We're some real gangsters. It's what we do. I mean, think about it for a second. If I were a rapper, I would probably something like a Roth IR or AK-47. I think that would be my name. But I really want you to picture for a second, okay? That's too tall, but we'll go with it anyway. A 40-year-old man in the shower, 40 pounds overweight, with 40% less hair than he should have, with his whole entire chest exfoliating his skin while saying, I ain't a killer, but don't push me. $16 in the clip and 1 in the hole. Nate Dogg is about to make somebody's turn cold. Now they're dropping and yelling. It's a tad bit late. Nate Dogg and Warren G had to regulate. So that's how much hair came out today. I'm loofah, getting ready with the skin, and I'm like, just getting ready. I'm straight out of Compton. Just a crazy brother named Ice Cube from the game called Now Where Did That Mole Come From? There's one thing I can tell you with certainty. If you get an opportunity to be around somebody in that age range, they'll tell you too. Please do not listen to us rap our favorite songs from the 90s and 2000s, because I can promise you, we get the lyrics wrong. And we have an excuse. We have no idea what they're actually saying. When they say the word gat, you don't know what a gat is. But we also didn't have the internet back then. We weren't searching for the lyrics to try to find the right thing. I'll give you an example. Some of you may know a designer brand out there. It's called Coogi. A man named the Notorious B.I.G., Biggie Smalls, you may perhaps know who he is. A very noted philosopher. He would love to rap about Coogi sweaters. For years, I thought he was saying coochie sweaters. And as a teenage boy who just got done with sex ed, let's say I had a very different visual of what Mr. Christopher Wallace was rapping about at that particular point. In case you didn't get the joke, I was thinking about pubic hair. But I was really awkward as a teenager. It's funny, we talk about the lyrics and not knowing what they were. Before you had the internet, you hoped that the CD or the cassette, and that's for all you young people who came up here on the mic before me, that's how we used to listen to music, but you prayed that you would have a liner within there to have the lyrics, right? And there were times that didn't have it, so you had to learn the lyrics yourself. But my friends and I, we came up with a great way to do it. I remember when I was in 8th grade, a seminal album comes out. It was by Snoop Doggy Dogg. It was called Doggy Style. So what we did, we had a group of us who all got the cassette, and each of us were assigned a song, and it was our job to listen through the song, write down the lyrics, Then we were going to share it with one another so that way we could learn the different songs. It was a fantastic idea. So I sit down at night with my cassette tape. I've got my notepad, I've got my pencil ready, and I'm listening. I know how old-fashioned this must sound. I may as well be sitting down with a quill and parchment and saying, "My dearest Henrietta, the battalion rides at dawn. I do not know if I will enjoy the warmth of your sweet embrace once again. And never ever forget that pimpin' ain't easy." So I went through, did the entire lyrics. The song that I was assigned was a song called "Ain't No Fun If the Homies Can't Have One." Now, if you're familiar with this song is regarding a young lady who enjoys consensual relations with members of a rap group. And not only that, she enjoys relations with young men who are adjacent to this same rap group. So as I'm in class with the note, I went ahead and wrote all of the lyrics out the best that I knew. My buddy Josh is beside me. I'm in language arts. I go to pass him the note. It's the lyrics to "Ain't No Fun If the Homies Can't Have None." Guess who catches me passing that note? Miss Malphus. "Hey Chris, what you doing back there?" "I need you to come up front and read what was so important that you had to interrupt my class here today." I come up to the front of the class, I'm holding this piece of notebook paper, realizing I'm faced with two very distinct choices. Choice number one: "When I met you last night, baby, before you opened up your Gap." Yeah, like I was gonna get up in front of a room of 13-year-old boys and be like, "And you even licked my balls?" That wasn't a choice. Wasn't gonna go down that path. So instead, what I decided to do was get up front, immediately take the piece of paper, ball it up into a mouth, shove it into my mouth, and swallow it. Choice number two became number two. That was a very interesting afternoon. But that meant I had to rewrite the lyrics, and the 2 weeks of detention were absolutely worth it. But in middle school, why does everything come back to middle school? That's how you end up with a microphone in your hand doing therapy in front of people with jokes when you have a traumatic middle school like I did. But I had the brilliant idea that I was going to let a girl know that I had a crush on by calling her up and singing the #1 song in America at that time, which was Boyz II Men's "I'll Make Love to You." I had it all planned out, guys, I'm telling you. Came home from school that day. TRL was on MTV. Okay, TRL was a show called Total Request Live. On Total Request Live, it was a show on MTV, which is music television. They used to play music videos on MTV. So I knew it was the #1 song in the country, and I knew that it was coming up after the commercial break, so I go to the phone. I pick it up, I dial her number, and I decided to commit auditory sexual assault that day. Because what happened was I dialed her number. She picked up right as they came back from the commercial break. Those tones started playing in the background. And I knew it was go time. I didn't say hello. I didn't say "This is Chris." I didn't say "Baby girl, this is for you." I was ready to go. One small problem. If you've ever seen a music video for "I'll Make Love to You," there's 40 freaking seconds of talking at the beginning of the video. Oh, and it's not just any talking. It's a woman who was stalked and is now flirting with the man who installed the security system at her house. So all I have is 40 seconds of background chatter of this woman trying to flirt with the guy after installing a security system. Finally, the 40 seconds are up. Pour the wine like the fire. The most awkward, reprehensible 4 minutes you will ever find in your entire life. I did the entire song At the end, I just hung up. To this day, I don't know if she knows who it was that called her. So it's safe to say, even from when I was at a young age, all I ever knew was awkward ejections and awkward exits. So I might as well have another one for you here tonight. As I wrap things up for you, I'm going to say to you exactly what I say to my wife every time we're done having sex. Ta-da!
One more time for Chris White. I wish I had friends. That would be cool. That would be great. All right, guys, you ready for your headliner tonight? All right, and you know what? Give it up for the wait staff taking care of you guys.